Kent Pierce and Money Talk here on a Saturday morning. And I feel I really need to do this video. So you saw the title. I had to let my car go. So, in case, maybe this is the first time you ever been on my channel. So on this channel, I talk about ways to make money, save money, invest money, basically anything to do with money. Also had a second channel called Righteous Force, but that's a Christian channel. Has nothing to do with this channel. But you're free to look for that channel if you don't want to. If you're like a long time viewer and you're also a Christian, try to look up Righteous Force. I'll talk about like some Christian topics. But now back to my car topic. So a long time ago, back in the late 2000s, I'm calling it 2000s or 2000s. What are we going to call that decade? The hundreds? The late hundreds? Okay, it was 2008. I'll just say the late hundreds. Back in the late hundreds, I got me a car. So I had this car for a while. In 18 years I had this car. And now I'm going to tell you why I had to let it go. So, I don't know if it might have been last week or the week before. I was talking about how I did get in like some kind of car accident. So I'm like in traffic and then it happens. Just think about the wonder years when Kevin said did it happen. So then it happened. I was actually waiting for another car from me to turn in. Then I just had to feel another car bump to like, this did not just happen. So I went to the side. Of course, I look at the car. I mean, damage look pretty minor. It looked like something that should have been an easy fix for the body people. But we'll get to that soon. So yes, I did report that accident. And his insurance did give me like $1,500. But now we get to the age of the car. So the thing is, it costs more money to fix my car than what it was worth. So I'm just going to tell you that. So about a couple years ago, I actually, what was it? I had like the fuel pump fixed. So I had that replaced. Along with some other things I had replaced. So there's quite a bit of things I replaced on the car. I bought me some new lights like less than a year ago. And I just got me some new tires. It was this year. I think it might have been a few months ago. I just bought me some brand new tires too on that car. And there were some other things I need to fix on the car that I was saving up money for. So I was doing these repairs to hold onto the car. Try and get out of car payments. But now we're going to talk about the insurance. So the insurance, it won't fully cover old cars. I don't know how many people are aware of that. I mean, I wasn't quite aware. Because let me tell you something. Only ever been out of the whole time I was driving. I have only ever been in 2 accidents. And that was the only accident I ever been in that car. Out of 18 years I was driving, that's the only accident I ever been in with that car. So at first they was the insurance people were trying to say it was towed. I'm like, well, the damage doesn't even look that bad. It looked pretty minor. Because yes, it did look like an easy fix. It looked like something that you take to a body shop. They should have been able to easily fix it. So it was like a dent in the trunk and on the bumper. So I wouldn't say it was totaled, because totaled, that just sounds like your car's destroyed. It can't be fixed. That's what it sounds like to me when they say total. So it just didn't seem total to me. But the insurance people, they finally gave me like $1,500 to have it fixed. So I went to like the body shop. And this is where things get interesting when I go to the body shop. So I took it to the body shop. I figured out maybe there was a possibility that maybe the damage will be more than $1,500. Like if it is, maybe I'll put like a few $100s in it. Honestly, they tell you it's gonna be like $3,500, then maybe I could work around it. Maybe I could like just leave the dent in the, what was it, the bumper, and just have to fix the trunk. Because the trunk was more what I was concerned about, because I needed to be able to open and close that trunk. Because you know me, I do like those Uber Eats. And also when the trunk's open, it kind of, the light comes on, so it does kill the battery. So if I had to pick between one of them to fix the bumper or the trunk, I would have picked the trunk to be fixed and just leave the bumper how it was. So about a week goes by. So I'm like, you know what, man, I have to get on calls, see how it's going. They refuse to actually go forward with fixing the problem, fixing the car. They refuse to go forward with it because of the insurance. It was more than $1,500, and they apparently had to get approved by the insurance. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. I'll just give me my car back. So I'm like, I'm just getting my car back. So I'll just deal with it how it is. But this is where things really get interesting. They get the car back. So I want you to know how things are with these body shops. If you have like a old car with the insurance. That's mainly why I'm doing this video, so you can see what the risk of driving an old car. Because the insurance just do not like to cover it. It's kind of a scam in my book. So I did tell them that don't worry about it, just take the car. And how about they tell me that they couldn't put the bumper back on? So I guess they took the bumper off to look at it, see how much damage it was under it when it was off, and they weren't able to put it back on. So I'm like, really? It was frustrating. So I didn't complain. They did. Then I got charged for it. They charged me like $300. Like, really? They charged me. My car was in bad shape going in and coming out, and they charged me some $300. I didn't complain. I just took the car and I just came home. So now I got a car with no bumper. It's like, what do? I have no car. I have a car with no bumper. And I even looked up my states. I wanted to see, is it legal to drive a car with, it was my back bumper because I hit from the back. So I don't know how it is in your state. Your state might be different. So I just look up. I'm like, is it legal to drive around without a bumper? Because if it was, maybe I would have drove it just a little bit more. But in my state, it is illegal. So I'm like, man, I don't want to get pulled over by some cops. Trying to avoid that. So you're in this situation. There's 3 things you could do. These are 3 things I was thinking about. So what to do in the situation? One thing that could be an option for you, you can go without a car. If you don't need a car, I mean, you just don't drive anymore. So I did consider that option. Obviously, I was planning on getting a car anyway, but I was going to wait just a little bit longer. I was hoping to at least make it to like 2027 before I get another car. At least 2027. So that was the plan. But that plan is over now. But anyway, me going without a car could it work? I mean, my job is 0.6 miles away. So I'm like, I mean, it could work. Then I'm like, okay, Kent, how do you plan on shopping? I just ordered everything online. Okay. What if you want to go out? Just use Uber. Okay. Which is what I did. But let me tell you something. Uber is actually kind of expensive at times. And the price is not always the same. Sometimes I'll go to like the same distance. It'll be $40. The cheapest will be like $40. And then I go that same distance another time. The cheapest will be like in the $20 range. So the Uber rates, they're kind of inconsistent. You never know how much it's going to be. So I'm like, you know what? This have no vehicle thing, it's not going to work for me. Then there's a second option you may consider. Maybe you don't want to buy a car, but you want to have a vehicle to get around. You don't want to spend like $20,000 on a new car. There's something else you could do. You buy like a scooter, in other words, a moped. I don't know, sometimes they call moped scooters. But I say moped so I don't get confused with the other kind of scooter. So that's why I'm saying moped in this video. So like, okay, moped, I mean, that could work. I mean, it is cheaper than a car. I literally could have took that $1,500 the insurance gave me and bought me a brand new moped. I actually could have did that. Mopeds do look fun too. I kind of like to drive one. They look fun to drive. They're slow. That's one thing I do not like about the mopeds. They are slow. I never driven one, but I do know that they're slow. I know like oh yeah, this is another thing. Do you have like just a regular driver license or do you have like a motorcycle license? So I don't know, there's like a certain level. I think anything like that's under like 50 cc, you could drive with like a regular driver license. But anything over 50 cc, I don't know, I could be wrong. But I believe that you need a motorcycle's license. Which I do not have a motorcycle license. When I was a kid growing up, I always said I was going to get a motorcycle when I grew up. I grew up, didn't get a motorcycle. Like, why didn't I ever get a motorcycle? Then I see these asses with motorcycles, like, oh, that's why. Okay. But anyway, back to the moped. Okay, maybe I can get a moped. Just ride that for a while. Until I decide to get a car. I can even do Uber Eats deliveries with a moped. I actually could. I've seen other people on YouTube do it. I'm not, at least you're supposed to be able to do it. I don't know what my Uber Eats will let me, it might let me add a scooter or a moped to it. I would have to test it out. So with a moped, yes, I could still do deliveries. Make that extra money outside of 9 to 5. Okay, sounds cool, Kent. But what happens if somebody hits you? Oh, or you fall off. Oh, that's gonna suck. That is gonna be painful. So let's switch me. Let's say I still got in an accident a month and a half ago. But instead of me driving my car, let's say I was on a moped and that same car hit me. It was actually a truck. And I was on a scooter. I mean, actually, there's a good chance I probably actually would have got hurt. And depending on how bad I was hurt, I would have been forced to take some days off from my job. And depending on how bad the injuries are, I mean, it could be like weeks, even months before I go back to my job. If I was riding a moped, if I'm even able to come back at all, might not be able to work again depending on how bad the injury is. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get a car. So Austin 3 decided to get another car. So my dad did tell you to try the Carvana out. So I'm like, okay. So I went on Carvana. There was actually an option to like trade in my old car for a newer car. So let me tell you something about Carvana. If you ever bought a car for, you just don't like dealing with dealerships, people at dealership. Carvana, you don't have to deal with any of those car dealerships. You don't have to deal with the car dealer people. You just go online, you buy a car, whatever they say the monthly payments are, that's how much you're gonna pay. Because I haven't been to a lot of the car dealerships, but my dad had. And he says a lot of times you see a price of a car, they'll say $25,000. You go there and they'll add extra money to it, like hitting costs to it. So you end up paying more than what you were supposed to pay. But with Carvana, if it say you're gonna be paying like $300 a month, then you're gonna be paying $300 a month. There's no hidden fees. And also with Carvana, you do not have to make a down payment at all with Carvana. So I looked around for some cars, so what I'm gonna get. And there's quite a bit of options. I mean, I had considered maybe getting a truck. If I was gonna get another truck, I know I said this in my other video, I would get one that was like close to like the S10. Cause I like the size of that truck, the S10. But I don't know, I don't even know they still make trucks that size. And also, trucks are like more expensive than cars. I don't know. Maybe it's because trucks last longer, or maybe it's because you could do more trucks, like put more stuff on it. Maybe that's why they cost more than cars. So like, okay, no truck. Then I was like a Jeep, because there's like these Jeeps are like pickup trucks. I'm like, okay, I can't get a small pickup truck. The next thing I do is like get a Jeep that's like a pickup truck. And I seen like a Jeep like that. It had like 50,000 miles, and they're selling like $40,000, $40,000 they selling it. So I'm like, if a truck with 50,000 miles costs $40,000, I mean, it's kind of sound like a real fault, but again, I don't know. Maybe Jeeps last a long time. Maybe that's why it costs so much. I never owned a Jeep, so I don't know, guys. I'm just talking about the cars I was looking for, I was considering getting. Tesla, Tesla. I did like the look of the Tesla. It's nice. I like the gadgets. I would love to try that self-driving thing. I really would love to try it out. But those Teslas are expensive. Even the older ones were. So I'm like, nah, no Tesla for me. So I'll get a new version of my car. So that's why I decided to get a newer version of my car. So I had two options. I found two cars. They're like two newer versions of my car. 2018 Chevy Malibu and a 2022 Chevy Malibu. So I did look at a 2022 Chevy Malibu, and I did like it. Also like that it had the I forget what they call it. It keeps you like in a right lane. But I tried it out before. The cruise control is like advanced. You can literally keep on cruise. It keep it like in the lanes. And if a car's getting slow, it'll slow down with it. So it's advanced. But I decided to stick with the 2018 car. Even though it was only like a few $100s less. And here's the reason why I decided to get the 2018 instead of 2022. The 2022 car actually had more miles. It had like almost 30,000 extra miles on it compared to like the 2018 car. So the 2018 had like 55,000 miles. So I'm like, okay, that's not bad. I mean, I'll get it. Maybe I won't have so many problems when I get it. So I bought it. It was supposed to come in today, but I kind of messed up. So things got delayed. So it's supposed to come in tomorrow now. So yeah, I'll give you an update with that one, with how Carvana was for me. So this is the first time I ever used Carvana. My dad said he used it a couple times. And that's why he referred me to it. And now that I'm getting a newer car, I go back to like doing Uber Eats now. I can even do Uber. Yeah, I can do Uber now, but my dad kind of geared me away from it because of the story I tell you. And also was it a North Florida Dasher? He told me something because he tried Uber. So he also scared me away from it too. But yeah. And by the way, the value of my car is now only worth like $500. So yeah. It was causing more to fix it than what it was actually worth. So yeah, it was time to let it go. I probably would have been better off selling it like 5 years ago. I probably could have gotten more than $500 if I would have sold that car 5 years ago. But back in 2021, my car's in good shape. Even though it's like already like 16 years old, it was in good shape. I had like no problems. There's like no vibration problems at all. It still drive basically like a new car. Well, maybe not quite new, but still drove pretty good. So buying a new car back then wasn't even on my mind. I wasn't even thinking about it. I had no car payments. My car didn't really have any problems. I think mine had something with a tie. Was it a tie rod? Oh yeah, that's another thing. My car had a problem with like tie rod. That's when you turn your car and it makes that noise. So sometimes I'll just let it. I won't even fix for a while until I just get sick of hearing that noise, so I fix it. So stop doing it for a while. Then the other one does it. I fixed that one. Like, oh yeah, now you need like the rat pin fix. So there was always something. But back in 2021, my car, even though it was 16 years old, still doing pretty good. But maybe if I would have sold it back then, I would have got more than $500. But it lasts a long time. I can't really complain about my car. I got it at a good deal because when I bought that car, it was like, it wasn't even $10,000. I was looking at overseas. It was only like $9,000. And my car only had like 27,000 miles. So yes, I had a good deal with that car. And I don't think I'm ever going to find a deal like that again. So I just want to point out why I had to let my car go. And why, if you have an old car, why you may want to get a newer car. Because the insurance, they screw you. If you have an old car, they screw you. They will refuse to fix it. Even though it was the other person's fault, in in the fair world, in the perfect world, his insurance would have covered my car 100% for those damages. But we don't live in a perfect world. So you do have an old car. You don't have to, but you may want to consider getting traded in for a newer car. But with that being said, have a good weekend. Bye for now.